Spring has sprung and my bike tires won't see pavement for weeks. Live from the 4th Street hideout on snowy Mackinac Island. It's Friday, March 22nd, 2013. And this is Make and Break Radio.
Bob Wood, National Program Director of the Chum Group, worked with us in producing...
Hold up, before we get started...
Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming?
Dan Calvin.
Back again! Who is he? Just your favorite DJ Savior. Using and confusing beats that you never heard. 1990. Put a smile on your face like ultra bright.
You're just fessing, man. I don't even want to hear about it.
You're listening to Make and Break Radio on RadioMackinac.org. Thanks for tuning into Make and Break Radio on RadioMackinac.org. I'm your host, Daniel Calvin. If you're tuning in for the first time, thanks to a Q&A that I did with James Carney from the Akron Beacon Journal, ring your cowbell now. I'm glad you're here. It's been another exciting week on Mackinac Island, what with rumors of the resumption of ferry service, hometown hockey fights, and gasoline rationing. We're still dependent on the airline to come and go since the straits are still packed with ice. A short of gasoline can be a pickle, even without cars, since snowmobiles, especially during the fast-approaching thaw, can be the safest way to come and go up and down Grand Hill. Thanks to some quick thinking and some fast action, some temporary solutions have been found. This is Mackinac. Stuff is dealt with. Let's get on with the show. Coming up, I'll share my own island-style rationing experience that is having an enormous impact on my life, and it doesn't involve gasoline. Grab yourself a can of Strohs and enjoy the show. How are your basketball brackets working out this year? I ask because I've never really cared about basketball brackets since I've felt for a long time that basketballs make terrible brackets and result in poor shelving and at best crooked shelves and inadequate storage facilitation.
Welcome back to the Real Straight Stock with Daniel Sir Fix-A-Lot Kelvin.
The views expressed on the Straight Stock may not be the views of the Make and Break staff or the RadioMackinac.org management.
I'm gonna give it to you straight.
Mackinac Island is experiencing a shortage of record proportions. Not since the unforgettable flank steak shortage of 1974 has the community of Mackinac been put under such culinary stress. A restriction has been placed upon a favorite staple of islanders, kippered herring. The stocks have run dangerously low at the local market, forcing the proprietor to ration kippered snacks in the hopes that the kippered fishies can hold out until ferry service resumes. Island residents have been limited to 1 can per household, much to most islanders' chagrin. Bob McElroy, lifelong islander, claims that this is the worst anything has ever been. Ever. It's the worst anything has ever been, ever, he says. The Wheel of Fortune has lost its luck for me, says Francine Cornflower, who claims to enjoy a can of herring during Wheel of Fortune and another during Jeopardy! In the tough post-herring days, her consumption has been limited to the 7:30 time slot. A gray market has arisen during this hugely problematic tiny fish drought. Individuals are purchasing kippers online from parts unknown and either hoarding the canned delicacy or selling the product at a hugely inflated price. Cans of kippers can sell for as much as $19.95 plus shipping and handling on the Mackinac gray market. Other concerns besides profiteering have come to light in recent days surrounding these interloping canned treats. Sources that wish to remain anonymous claim that some kippers come with a fishy provenance and that these canned herring shipped from overseas are from dubious sources. One person claims they purchased kipper snacks that, according to the label, originated in Niger, a landlocked country not well known for its immense fishing fleet. Another case of cans came from Bulgaria. These Bulgarian kipper snacks were reportedly quite tasty, but it was assumed universally that they were actually kippered donkey. Concerns that followed centered mostly on labeling rather than the quality or the flavor. Hey, it was actually pretty good, but if I'm paying a herring price for a product labeled as herring, damn it, I don't want donkey, my source told me. Some islanders have taken to the flavor of this imported kippered donkey meat, but all refuse to admit it on the record, even anonymously. This was a development that confused even me. A tiny minority of island residents hold the kipper snack shortage of 2013 with incredulity. Some that are less than inconvenienced by a lack of kippered herring have made attempts to calm the air of near hysteria. Sam Smith-Wesson has tried to remind his neighbors that there are other options on the grocer's shelves: smoked oysters, sardines, and tomato or mustard sauces, as well as anchovies in oil and frozen crab delights. Other canned meat substitutions include dried beef, spam, treat, crab meat, deviled ham, chicken, and potted meat food product. Mr. Smith-Wesson enjoys many of them and doesn't understand the island's fascination with kippered herring. Sure, it's good, but sardines are pretty good too, he says. That's horse pucky, Bob McElroy responds. When I want kippered herring, I expect to have kippered herring. These sardines and garlic oil are an affront to my snack traditions, and I will never abandon kippered foods. Things are looking good for the kippered connoisseurs. As recently as this very afternoon, the boats are running soon, and it has been revealed that the kippered donkey was actually kangaroo in squid brine. This episode of Make and Break Radio is brought to you by Icebreakers. Icebreakers have helped to start conversations, free ships from frigid confines, and more since before you were born. If you need to make small talk, use Icebreakers. If your ship is stuck in an immense amount of frozen water, use Icebreakers. If you need a tasty cold beverage, use Icebreakers. Late March special, 50% all awkwardly started conversations about breaking ice. Don't just stand there with your hands in your pockets. Call Icebreakers today.